Well, hi everybody. Glad we're starting
Hi.
the first session of 2024 off with a bang.
Happy New
Of
Year!
sorts.
What just happened? In the bathroom?
I was gonna say, definitely felt loud and violent.
Explosive.
Explosive. All the adjectives.
Yeah, the pizza got incinerated, but it still tastes good. That's great.
Yeah, turned out alright.
Weird.
So the interior is actually still good.
The interior is like a, I don't know, like a crisp.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna kick things off actually with Craig. Because Uru was not at the last session. And so he missed out on some of the frivolity. So we will recap what happened after Uru has a little bit of time
Play
to
out
get
the
into
night.
some shenanigans. Yep, exactly. So, it is evening at the Munyon Inn above Moag. You have all just recently and somewhat narrowly escaped a encounter with the dreaded Nadar. But that's not to say you were unsuccessful in your mission, for you did, through quick ingenuity and well applied use of aptitude, acquired the dagger that you need in order to lift the curse that is currently stricken Eula Harpode, Archon's mom, as she has been stabbed with this particular blade, and the only way she will be able to mend this wound is if the blade is destroyed. During this, Eula has also made it very, 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 very clear, please do not do anything rash or hasty. We need to make sure that the thing that we have been working towards for a very long time is not disrupted, while maintaining, or while failing to give any additional details or insights as to what said plan is. Simply just asking, please, I'm your mom, respect the fact that I'm telling you don't fuck with this until I say it's cool to fuck with it. Willard is kind of at his last straw in terms of his ability to respect his wife's wishes, regardless of how much he loves her.
And really, to be fair, because she didn't tell us what not to fuck up if we did fuck it up, it's her fault.
That's one way to look at it.
I mean, if you tell me, listen, don't fuck this specific thing up, but I can't tell you what it is, and then I accidentally fuck it up, I'm supposed to know.
Well, for some additional insight, I think one could glean that the thing in question that Eula does not want you to fuck up is the encounter involving Nadar. And so whether or not that has happened remains to be seen. Because again, we left the Myconid enclave smoldering and on fire while still slightly under siege.
We saved a bunch of them, but yeah.
We saved a bunch of them, but not all of them, because again, we fled the battle, which was the correct course of action.
People were going to die.
Yeah,
people were going to die.
did what we could.
As you were making your way out of the cave, Darkness noticed something out of the corner of his eye, which was a portal, likely to the first layer of hell. I believe you cast Dispel Magic, and you believe that the portal was dispelled.
Hopefully. Maybe.
There's a lot
Jury's
of...
still out on that.
believe...
There's no reason for you to think that it didn't go correctly.
There was a lot of conditionals on that sentence.
Yeah.
I believe.
Once reaching topside of Moag, you, covered in muck and grime and smoke and debris, the Myconids that helped see you safely out through the tunnels, which again you were able to do because of the relationship building that happened with the Myconid group. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. My body's just not happy right now. So Myconids took you back up to the surface world. you guys covered in muck and grime and gunk. They went back underground because this is not their home, and they would like to try and go check in on the rest of them. As you guys were making your way towards, you guys took a brief respite after fleeing the encounter, and a hand-sized spider crawled up on, I believe it was Rail. Rail then proceeds to cast Enlarge on said spider.
Oh yeah.
That happened a while ago.
Yeah.
We haven't played in like 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And to
I
be
thought
fair,
that happened.
this
in
is
an
the
older
last
session.
session I was at.
Oh, you're right. I was gonna say, so,
okay.
you're right. So like
Yeah.
we're doing
Yeah.
kind of like a dual recap.
Yeah, it was
God.
session before last.
Right. I'm trying to do like a
Yeah.
like. I'm trying to keep it as succinct as possible, but at the same time, we haven't played in 6 weeks, and so I wanted to try and give some major context for the things that have happened.
Last time
recently.
on
No
Dragon
worries.
Ball Z.
Right. Exactly.
Totally.
So, Spider was enlarged and then proceeded to wreak havoc on at least one farm. Seeming to be very happy about that. You made your way, or rather, the spider was happy about that. Rail felt, I think, neutral. They're just like, "You good job, kid." As you made your way to the tavern, Uru was looking out for various plants and flowers because he was trying to look for a reagent for his newest companion, whose name escapes me right now.
That is my beautiful girl Shidanji.
Shidanji, thank you. Specifically looking for red and or pink petals, because she is very particular. You did happen upon a small, carefully manicured floral garden, and while trying to pick just a singular flower, hoping that it wouldn't be anything that would be missed, you did come into contact with a rather large Goliath woman who seemed somewhat perturbed at your actions, though wasn't grossly offended. Uru seemed like he was kind of embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I have to step aside.
No.
Mistakes may have been made.
Mm-hmm.
No, Dallas made steaks.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
Good
Thank you. Thank you.
It was so clever. It hurt to approve.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those. You're like, ah.
Good.
All right.
Physical agony.
Cheers.
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 Mhm.
Here's We learned something today.
Human body may not be built to withstand 15 different assorted hot sauces.
But here's the question, and I'm not sure it requires more research, even though I'm still curious to, to find out. Which one did it?
It
Was
might
the
not have
combo?
been any
Feeling it
one
was more than
individual one.
It might have been, though.
Just a slow accumulation versus eating the last dab and suffering for it.
Like there's a lot of different sources of capsaicin at work, and all intermingling. It's very possible that one or two might not necessarily be super great in conjunction with one another.
Mutually assured agony.
Yeah. It's like these two hot sauces separately are very enjoyable. Enjoy them together, and you will split the atom inside your colon.
They don't call it the burning ring for nothing.
Poor dear.
I will say, it wasn't as hot as I was expecting.
No.
It was hot.
That's good.
It was. But I have had hotter. No, I know Pepper X is the hottest pepper in the world right now. Like, it just got dubbed. It got the crown. It got the paperwork. It's official. But that doesn't mean they used enough of it in the sauce that we got to really So I'm wondering, out of the last dabs, which one is the hottest?
Probably triple X, right?
That's the one
That's the one we had.
And it wasn't that.
I mean, Apollo's pretty ass kicking.
I would love to try some Apollo.
We got to try some at work once because we sell it. It's hot.
Yeah,
But
all this shit would probably fuck me up. Like,
I'm not sure if it's the hottest one, right? Because I haven't tried Triple X, obviously. I've tried OG Last Dab, and Apollo's definitely hotter than that.
I think it was the Daves. That was the winner tonight for kick you in the fucking face.
And also, never tried the Barbacoa Los Calientes. It's awful.
Oh no.
It is bad.
I think I've heard the exact same thing. I think probably you mentioned.
The Verde Los Calientes is pretty damn delicious, but I love green hot sauces.
I honestly prefer green to red most of the time. They just have better flavor.
It depends on what pepper is being used, right? Because that is the big thing. It's just a lot of green sauces tend to use fresher peppers.
Yeah, man, and that's where all of my hottest stories come from, is the fresh shit. It like I was telling you about the fucking. I think Jay was there that night. Went to Sneakers. I got the habanero burger with some pesto pasta. There was like 8-10 of us sitting around a big table. And I'm like halfway through this burger, and I can't see anybody anymore because my eyes are watering so much, and I'm in so much fucking pain. I'm tuned out of every conversation. I'm in my own world at that point. That thing was wild, man. I haven't had heat like that before. It's still the hottest thing I've ever had. But yeah, that pesto pasta saved my ass.
I did try the spicy bean boozled yesterday.
Oh shit.
And, it had a nice kick to it, but the one that I spun was the cayenne one, and it tasted like shit. Apparently, because we do a party game every year, where you get a pair of oven mitts and a gift that's been wrapped like 40 times, and you try to unwrap it using the oven mitts. The next person in line is rolling die. If they roll doubles, it's their turn, and it goes around the table. So I won it, and the present inside was the Spicy Bean Boozled and a $25 dining out gift card.
Nice.
But for winning it, the other present was I got to choose if everybody had to eat the Bean Boozled or not. Which I was like, fucking obviously, everybody better be ready to spin this damn wheel. But I know people who had like the habanero, which is hotter, and the jalapeno, which is less hot, who actually quite liked it because they said like it tasted like the pepper, right? Like there was that pepper taste to it. But the cayenne one was terrible. And one person spun the Carolina Reaper one and nearly threw up.
Oof.
Apparently it was real hot.
Yeah. Jeez.
But yeah, I find with hot sauces, I love the heat, but heat without the like pepper flavor in it sucks.
Yeah, that's like we had one tonight that was kind of like that, where it's just like this tastes like gasoline and suffering. Okay.
It tastes like hot. That's
The
not
Blairs.
fun.
Yeah.
You know what? I can handle, like, I know what a lot of things that taste hot taste like, and I feel like Blair's somehow made it worse. I don't even understand. I don't understand what it...
So, like, if you have like a habanero, like if you just like take a bite out of a habanero, it is hot, but you have that pepper taste in there, right? That's nice. It tastes good. Still tastes like hot, but there's that good taste that comes from the pepper. There's
Right.
too many hot sauces that just don't have that and just taste like hot. And
The Chipotle one that you got, that was great.
Yeah,
Had
no,
good smokiness.
there were a couple in there that were just like
The buffalo, we started off strong with flavor, ended not.
not so great.
With pain.
You all
Comes
right?
great responsibility.
Hey, I'm gonna be okay.
You sure?
We're if you guys are down to go through the struggle with me, we can. Otherwise, if you want to postpone until next weekend, we can do that as well. Whichever y'all would rather do. I might just have to take breaks.
We're just
I'm
chilling
happy
right
to
now.
keep playing. Yeah, we're cruising.
Chilling.
Cool. All right. So where was I?
We understand.
Yes.
Yeah, that is
I
the
do
big
I do
part.
appreciate everyone's composure.
You
If I do
took a
suddenly
picture
go off,
of what we did.
yes.
They see the lineup.
If
You
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 feel
are a
as though
brave
you,
soul.
if you feel as though you can, let us know. It's okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
point where there just won't be anymore, and like clearly that has to be the end of it, right?
You'd
Clearly.
think.
You'd
Definitely
be
drink
surprised.
the water. Drink that
Yeah,
water.
drink water.
No, yeah.
Water is good.
Rehydrate.
I got her a big thing of water.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
So,
So
giant spider
we
rampaging through
giant
multiple
spider. Yeah.
waterways.
Urugaru looked for a flower.
Urugaru looked
flower.
for specifically red and pink flowers, picked said flowers, encountered a very large Goliath woman who was not particularly amused with his actions, but didn't seem to pursue any further. As a means of apology, Urugaru left some money inside of one of the potted plants by way of apology, and you all proceeded to make your way towards the Munyon Inn. once arriving in the Munyon Inn, there were a fair number of adventurers kind of hanging out. It started to get a little more raucous later towards the night because somebody, Jackie,
Yes.
after waking up from his not quite nap, his unofficial nap, started making what are now known as the famous Munyon Onion Burgers.
The
Hell yeah.
Munyon Onion Bunyan Burgers.
Yes, the Munyon Onion Bunyan Burger.
Do the buns have onions in them?
Yes.
They're like caramelized like ones that are on like around the bun.
Munyon is
They're like
known for
flecks
having
of onion.
really big onions.
Like
They're
onion
giant
crystals.
and sweet and yellow and mostly great for like roasting in soups, but in this particular application, it was delightful. The meat, it was red.
Questionable.
But still tasty. So possibly rat burger. Who's to say?
Does not matter.
There was a cat in the window, which Rail instantly made friends with. His name was Abner.
Abner.
Abner, I did not get to watch the full recap, so I can't 100% remember what Abner said to Rail while.
I think I
Rail-
have it in my notes.
Lovely.
Oh, I took him to bed with.
I was gonna say, do you remember? That's the only thing that I remember is that you took him to bed with you and then immediately passed out. And in the middle
Yeah.
of that night, while with a heavy, giant, fluffy cat on your chest, like making little biscuits, you thought you saw Uru leave the room.
Crazy.
Basha, who's the tavern owner, was happily, at least happily for Basha, assisting Jackie with passing out, the new famous Munyon Onion Burger. At one point, somebody who looked like a reporter who was writing for the Moag Munyon was asking some kind of snoopy questions. Asking who was in the back cooking up all those burgers, asking where you all came from, asking if you knew where the giant spider might have come from, or if you helped participate in the defeat of the spiders. She said spiders plural. Multiple other farmers came in reporting that there were 6, no 8, no 15 giant spiders running through the countryside.
I mean, it's entirely possible that the spider that you enlarged, Ray, was pregnant and birthed their babies.
Well, the enlargement only lasted 10 minutes. They would have shrunk back down to spider size.
I mean, the game could have bugged. Maybe when.
Listen, these sorts of spells are very unpredictable. There's just like a lot of.
Though it's most likely drunk farmers telling tall tales, because what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
There was also another pair of note that Uru was curious about, and that was there was a pair of twins, twin Goliaths that were quietly conversing near the fire, near the hearth of the tavern. They were a little bit standoffish towards Urugaru.
Part of me.
Mostly trying to probe for information. So it wasn't so much that they were willing to give up information, they were trying to figure out what your whole deal was, because they recognized that you're from a tribe on the same mountain, obviously, but not entirely sure what you're doing here. They know what they're doing there. They're also not going to talk about it, but they want to know what you're doing here. But unfortunately, not a whole lot of dialogue came from that. You retired upstairs. Rail soon followed, and then you snuck out in the night to go and visit the flower woman.
Would never do such a thing. That's crazy.
I mean, is there something else you would have rather done after sneaking
No,
out?
I definitely snuck out to visit the flower woman. Uru is curious by nature, okay? I have gone months without seeing many Goliaths. Like, one or two here and there, and they're always like, they stand. Now all of a sudden it's just Goliaths everywhere.
I mean, I think there's been like 5 total, so you're not entirely wrong. They're a little reclusive.
He's like the farmers. There's 10. There's 15. 50
There's
Goliaths.
500 Goliaths just hanging out in a
500
circle.
Goliaths in the campaign. It used to be 1, and now there's 80 of us. Yes, the number went down. Don't worry about it.
But that's kind of my point. Is like seeing other Goliaths since I came down off the hill has been a little bit rare, and then all of a sudden I run into one who's tending flowers and two more who are sitting in a bar, and I'm very confused. Why is there so many Goliaths here? Have I run into Goliath Haven? I need to know.
Where's your ragtag group of compadres from all sorts of different backgrounds?
But yeah, I would absolutely go to see if I can figure stuff out.
So it is at this point fairly late at night. As you approach, your coins are still there. Or sorry, no, your perception really quick. Pull up D&D Beyond. Okay. Oh god. Never doing this again. I'll do it again, just not on a D&D night. That was my biggest mistake.
I'm wondering if next time, like, it won't affect you as much. Like, you get a tolerance or something.
Next time you're worried you might have a stomach bug, though, this will clear you the F out. Well, maybe
Yeah,
not.
right.
Fine.
I just want to know if it was any one hot sauce or if it was the combo.
It's probably just a combo. You notice that the coins are still there.
Okay. So she likely hasn't come out
It is late at night.
since. It is late at night.
Roll me a perception check, though.
Perception.
Actually, let's go with... Yeah, no, perception's good.
Oh, God damn it. I can hope for a second there that my 7 that I just rolled was like, no, let's do something else.
I think it might technically be insight. A little... Like, with the passive insight of 11, you notice that the lights are still on. There's still a small fire kind of crackling. You can kind of see the light dancing in the reflection of the window.
Okay.
As though to suggest that perhaps they're still awake.
Yes, I would walk up to the door and then do that thing, you know, when you're like, I feel like I need to talk to this person, but I don't want to, and I'm really nervous. So, like, I'm standing there for, like, a couple seconds, like, with my hand up, like, just knock on the door. It's okay. It's not going to be that bad. And and then I eventually just go through and I'll knock on the door.
You're, like, rehearsing outside of the door for a few minutes.
Cool. It's fine. Everything's cool.
Let's see if I can have... Is there a good... All of these are too muscle mommy. I need, like...
No such thing.
Okay.
All muscle mommy all the time down here.
I was gonna say, why is every D&D character, why are all female Goliaths half dressed and in their 20s?
That's just how they exist. They're like Asians. They don't crack and then they just kill over.
Are you on Pinterest?
Not yet.
That's where they're at.
Got it.
All the muscle mommies?
No.
Well, all the better art.
Actually, probably.
This is probably close enough for now. So, she is older though, so this would be a young version of her for Sherzies. But she's got long, very light colored hair, which is a pretty stark contrast to what you are used to seeing in your tribe. Typically, you're used to seeing, you know, darker hair, browns, blacks. But she has blonde hair in very pretty braids. She's older, in her, not super old, mind you. She's just like in her 40s. So
Okay.
like, just clearly has seen shit, and has been through things.
Yes.
And just she takes a long drag from a one of those elongated pipes. So sort of like not a true Gandalf style pipe, though it's definitely akin to one. And just sort of leans against the awning of the door and goes, "I was expecting you. Come on." She turns her back on you, leaves the door open, and begins walking into the room.
Sure, Mrs. Robinson, I'm coming.
Yes, ma'am. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy,
She grabs
sorry.
another heavy robe and she starts looking around in a very modest cupboard for a second cup. It doesn't seem like she's used to entertaining guests. It's well kept, but seems minimalist. With a few exceptions. There's a table that seems to be plastered with books and scrolls and parchments and pens and measuring tools and kind of like a cartographer's set, but very extra. She pours you a glass of very wonderful smelling tea. It kind of reminds you of home.
Ooh,
and she sets it down in front of you.
I'll just look at her and go, first, I feel like I need to apologize for earlier. See, my thing is, I'm trying to figure out if Uru would be tempted about explaining why he was picking the flower or not.
You want to roll for it? Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
Wisdom save?
Yep, you're good at those. Don't jinx it.
You jinxed it a little bit.
I mean, with a 10,
yeah.
I feel like that is as close to a 50-50 split as you can get. In terms of like, do you or don't you? So you're kind of right back to where you started, unfortunately.
Doesn't help.
I think Uru would probably recognize that Shidanji is very unique. And because of that, I think he'd be a little bit scared to divulge fully. So I think he would just more describe it as like, I have a friend who loves flowers like this, and we had just come out of a cave with a very difficult battle, and I just wasn't thinking straight, so I do apologize.
She'll raise her brow very high. It was a battle. Takes a long drag from her pipe and blows a billow of smoke, not in your face because she's not rude.
Yeah.
The pipe weed she's smoking smells very sweet. Not like the stuff that Darkness and Jackie and Arkmon and Eula all enjoy, but more like clove and cardamom and cinnamon.
Ooh, lovely. I'll say, yeah, through our travels we've come across many, unfortunately. It seems the violence follows us everywhere we go.
Where did you come out of, exactly?
We were in a small furrow of caves, a system of caves. To be honest with you, where we came from and where we are is still a little fuzzy to me. It was to the south? North? We came north, right?
It was Weast.
It was Weast!
Very, very big Weast vibes. We'll just kind of nod. Yes. I'm familiar with those tunnels. So you escaped from them. What was chasing you?
Something very horrible.
You're being vague. Is that on purpose?
Not necessarily. I'm not sure what I have gotten myself into, and as such I don't feel it right to potentially pull you into it, even indirectly.
She'll kind of chuckle. She'll get up and she'll grab a medium-sized log and she'll toss it onto the fire. It'll pop and crackle and hiss a little bit as it eventually settles in and continues to keep the small space warm and cozy. She'll give you sort of a sigh and go, I assure you, there's very little that you could say that would surprise or put me at risk. Little one. But I do appreciate the gesture.
I am going to once again roll wisdom save.
Yep, go for it.
Kind of to vibe check to see how I'm feeling comfort-wise with her.
Okay, roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, for sure. 12.
All right, with a 12, you're, I mean, Goliath shaped, and so there's some comfort there. But outside of that, and so Goliath shaped, she welcomed you into her home. She poured you some tea. She's put another log on the fire in an effort to try and help keep things comfortable. And so it doesn't seem as though she is menacing or threatening, or otherwise, nefarious. At least not as of yet. Roll me a perception check.
Perception.
With advantage.
Yeah. Better than disadvantage. 20, dirty.
You notice several large and thick-looking spider webs in the corners of her dwelling.
Those webs are very well kept. They've been there a while.
She'll smile and she'll nod. It's like, I couldn't get rid of them any more than a mother could get rid of her children.
Believe me, I can very much relate to that. They're thick, which means the spiders who are making them are well fed. It's not just getting rid of them, you're actually taking very good care of them. You've created an environment for them where they can thrive.
I appreciate the eye for good craftsmanship and care.
I myself have an affinity for the smaller creatures of this world.
And what is your name, young one?
Urugaru Takal.
Pleasure to meet you. She extends her hand and goes, I'm Astara of the Endless Web. And as you take her, as she reaches her hand out, you notice that the lines on her face open up.
Whoa.
To reveal another few sets of eyes. And her smile gets a little wider, and you notice she's got just the tiniest little fangs on her incisors, which are a little bit different than what you're used to seeing in a standard Goliath.
Oh.
What? I mean, for Uru.
I do recognize these as arachne traits, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
I will just give that to you automatically as you were the bug keeper of the group, but it seems unfair to make you roll for that. I mean, go ahead and roll me an insight to see if you can identify, like, the genus and, like, subfamily of spider.
Can you tell me?
Just for shits and giggles.
I mean, if you get some good info, you may be able to use it to
14.
Definitely, Orb Weaver.
Oh.
Cool.
Legitimate.
Can you tell me her name and title again? Just for my notes.
It was Astara, Astarra of the Endless Web.
Endless Web.
Thank you.
Endless Web.
She also likes that sticky icky.
Legitimately. Side note. Legitimately love Orb Weavers. Probably my favorite spiders.
So is this now like one of your favorite persons for Uru? Because you were into that dryad earlier on, but I imagine this is like double that.
Again, in a very similar sense, I would find her fascinating as a spirit in a spiritual way. Knowing who my patron is, Uru is definitely very fascinated.
I'd say Uru always gives me big Ace vibes. Unsure if is actually the case, but I digress. Do you take her hand?
Absolutely.
Oh, fantastic. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Sorry. The title again was
The Endless Web.
Endless Web. And she did not give me a last name, correct? Just Astara Endless Web?
So much like you are to call or you were God Speaker to call.
Yeah, God Whisperer.
God Whisperer to call. I was gonna say they are Astara of the Endless Web.
Gotcha.
No family name to speak of.
No family name. Okay. Wisdom. What was the save I was?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Oh, that rolled off of 20 onto 2.
You feel a sickening chill kind of creep through your arm. Not in a painful or damaging way, but it's just something about this interaction is kind of making you nervous. You're not sure if it's. First of all, you've never met anybody who looks like this.
I have not met spider people before.
I'm gonna say spider people are kind of new for you, especially spider Goliaths. Not exactly a common thing to find. And so like it's also late at night. It's also kind of creepy. She's mysterious
and hot.
I've never described her as hot. The picture that I shared is yes an attractive one, but that would be a younger version of her. Like I said, she's older. It's late at night. She's not like trying to look super hot or thirsty. Yeah. Like she's just a woman kind of existing. As she takes your hand though, you notice that her eyes go from what look like normal pupils to like pitch and black, much more like that of a spider.
Okay.
And she takes a deep breath in as though she's trying to smell you. She goes, "You're not from the games. What were you running from?"
Okay, now I definitely would be a little bit unsure of telling her anything after I got that.
That's fair.
I'll just kind of reiterate, like I said, it feels like it's just constant battles at this point.
Roll me a deception check.
Okay.
Because she's asked you twice now, a very pointed where are you from? And the second time.
Okay.
Okay.
14.
14's not awful.
Thank you, plus 7.
14's not awful.
Double sevens.
Success.
They're lucky. I didn't say that. That word did not come out of my mouth. I said you're fine.
So he's not getting lucky.
I'd say not dying is successful.
I was gonna say he probably doesn't want to get lucky because a lot of spider species eat their.
I was gonna say,
mates.
If you know anything about female spiders and what ends up happening to mates,
She's also much more massive than you. I didn't describe her in full detail because I'm not feeling super great, but like, she.
Wow.
She is your height. She's not taller than you because you yourself are what, like close to 8 feet.
8'4", I believe.
But she definitely stands like eye to eye with you. Which is a little bit unique for you because usually you don't
I'm
see that.
unusually tall for a Goliath, so
right.
For somebody to stand at eye length, and especially because I am tall, because I'm a bit of a beanpole, I'm a little bit lanky.
She's not.
I said, I can imagine physically.
Large, muscular. Well, not actually that muscular. With your passive insight, you can determine that like it's more layers than anything, and she too is also kind of long and spindly, much like a spider. That big old booty. Because Orb Weaver.
Yeah, Orb Weaver.
You'll notice that like when you again insist that just this and that is what we're running from, her expression will go from being kind of excited and curious to a little bit more, I don't want to say frustrated, but it's definitely like a, oh, this isn't going how I thought it was.
I would have, if it wasn't for that damn 2, I feel like this would have gone in a much different direction.
She'll sit back down and she'll continue to sip at her tea, and she'll just ask you plainly, so what did you need the flowers for?
Given that I know now for a pretty damn well fact that this is an insect. Okay, but here's the problem. Spiders eat other insects.
Yes, they do.
And
It's the circle.
God, this is so difficult. It's so difficult with me rolling all these fucking bagged average rolls and not knowing anything yet.
It's your gut.
Can I nature check around to see if I notice any other insect life around, or if we're just looking spider life here?
Absolutely.
Hey! Oh my god, I hate that that's the second time in a row it stopped on 20 and then rolled the 2.
So, even with a 10 though, because it, upon closer examination, it would be like walking into my bedroom and being like, do I see any other nerd shit there? And like,
Yeah.
literally every fucking wall I have has something. And
Yeah.
so, when you ask other bug life outside of spiders, you notice that there is a theme. That theme doesn't seem to include anything outside of the arachnid family, with the exception of a couple of jars that look like they house like mealworms and crickets.
Food. Gotcha.
There is a small glass case that looked like it has several mice in it.
Thanks
Food
for
for larger spiders. Gotcha.
Sometimes they need something more stimulating.
Yeah. Also, if you're talking something like a wolf spider or something like that, they're gonna need something a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm definitely hesitant to show.
You mentioned that the cat often comes over and tries to steal a couple. Actually, go ahead and roll me a stealth check to see if you can, like, slyly look around. Instead of just being like, what?
I am very stealthy being, I have rolled so many 7s and 2s, I think, are like the only thing I've rolled so far.
That you also don't have any modifier. She does take notice that you clocked the mouse cage, and she'll mention that there's a cat in the inn that's regularly causing issues with that.
I have also encountered said cat. I'll explain to her. I'll say, yeah. So I have a companion of mine who has a great ability at scrying, but they're a little bit vain. And will only help
you feel
with the
protest in your pocket.
will only help with the if I give them the gift of flower petals. So I'm always looking out for them, given the usefulness of such an extraordinary ability. It's always worth keeping an eye out. I'll say that part kind of loud to be like, I'm trying to not get you eaten by spiders, but I still recognize that you are the best.
Sarah will just sort of like nod, and she'll take another large inhale from her pipe, and this time, instead of being polite to blow it away from you, she just sort of billows it out in front, not like in your face, but lets it kind of like lets the smoke curls roll down the front of them. They look like they're probably feeling kind of tired. Well, if it means that much to you, I suppose I could offer you a couple of clippings.
I would be forever grateful if you could.
Do you have anything in exchange, though?
Do
Perhaps I could utilize the services while you're in town.
Is there someone in particular you need scrying?
Maybe. Not in town. Not up here, anyway.
Well, I have no issues helping if need be, but obviously
Roll me an insight check.
At least it wasn't a 7 or a 2.
With a 10, you notice that her smile again slides out, and she's fantastic. Please feel free to help yourself to several of the pristine buds. Though I do ask that you not over trim, as we don't wish to damage the plant. It would be a shame, wouldn't it?
I would never look to damage such welcome flowers.
And then I don't suppose this creature of yours is available now?
I don't know why I trust this woman. She's a spider. I trust spiders. I don't know.
Maybe sensing a kindred spirit, perhaps?
I don't know what to do.
Trust your gut.
In me.
Now kiss.
Roll insight.
Oh, he did.
I did. I can't roll.
The most average of insight rolls. He seems totally on the level.
You know, if there's a thing about you, it's you can't roll, so that should tell you everything.
Every one of my rolls has been single digits.
You're just saving the good ones for later.
Not gonna hurt you.
She just wants to check in on somebody. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, much.
I will cautiously, and making sure that I keep her on my shoulders, bring Shidanji up onto my shoulder, the one furthest away, far shoulder. You'd have to go through me to get to her.
Okay. I understand the spacing of which you have asserted. My question for you, though, is she needs to use the scrying service, as that is the exchange. Are you okay with having her on the table so she can perform said ritual?
As long as on the table is you have to go through me to get to her. So, like, on the table...
Do you have any spells you can cast on your mantis to protect her?
All I'm gonna say is if she wants,
I haven't because I haven't rested yet.
Nope.
All I'm gonna say is if she wants the scrying done, she's got to have some professional courtesy here.
Since I believe she actually wants the scrying done, I'm going to let Shidanji on the table.
Okay.
But, like, close to me kind of thing.
Perfect. Astara will get up and she goes, is there a size of bud that they prefer?
It seems to be mostly color, red or pink.
For clarification, the size does matter.
Okay.
In terms of effectiveness, it looks for like whole flowers, non-bruised petals, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's not just so much like, oh, any petal will do. Like, it does need to be like a pretty flower that could be arguably worth some value.
Yeah.
But I assume that you kind of describe that to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
And they'll go out, they'll pick a fairly lavish bud, and they'll bring it back and they'll put it into a pool of water. As Shidanji begins moving her mandibles around for the scrying ritual, in the pool of water, you notice a very stunning orc woman with fiery red hair.
Oh, I know this woman, don't I?
Urugaru does not.
Urugaru does not know this woman.
Does not know this woman, actually. Urugaru has never met this person.
Oh no, Uru doesn't know this woman at all.
Nope.
Dallas, you're on mute.
No idea what's going on.
The woman looks a little panicked. In the vision, she seems to be packing hastily.
No.
You're not in the room, Lale.
Astara will kind of like frown and go, I was afraid that might be the case. Thank you, Urugaru. I appreciate your kindness. Please, help yourself to several of the flowers.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I hope you found the answers you were looking for.
This insight will suffice for now. But the moon is high, and it is late.
Yes,
I'm afraid I should retire for the evening. I'm not quite as young as I once was. It does smell delicious down the way. I think they're still probably preparing food at the inn. You should go enjoy yourself.
I shall. Thank you very much for your time.
It was my pleasure.
And
feel free to come back to see me.
I may take you up on that.
Roll me one more perception check as you are leaving.
Hey, there's the 20.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Couldn't have come at a better time, because as you're leaving, you notice that on the inside of her door is the same emblem that they use for the games of Moag. And underneath that emblem are 2 words. Game Master.
Oh!
Wait, where were the words?
So, inside of her dwelling, there's a small plaque, and on that plaque there is a symbol that's like, think like ESPN logo, Twitch logo, something along those lines. So logo that signifies the games very clearly, which Uru recognizes because he's been in Moag for a little while. Hates watching the games, so I imagine he would see that symbol and instantly know what that means, and maybe avert his gaze. But then underneath that symbol is the word Game Master.
Yep. Shit. Fuck. Shit. That's fuck. Okay. I knew I shouldn't have trusted this person.
I don't know why you're saying that.
Because you just literally told me that it says Game Master for the Moag Games.
And?
Knowing Uru.
Uru might not be super happy about this fact.
Uru's not thrilled.
That's fair.
Games,
so you take your leave?
Not
you head
Uru's
back to the inn? Do you start a fight?
No, I head back to the inn. I also recognize that though this revelation is a little bit concerning, I have 37 HP, no spell slots, and have used most of my abilities. Fight not good. Not fight not good. I feel like I am now out of this situation without need for fight or danger. Away I walk.
So you make your way back to the tavern with,
yes.
Let's call it 3 solid uses. You let Sudanji try and pick out the petals. Outside of the 4th one, not a lot of the buds had bloomed properly yet, but you now have 3 uses of scry, which I think is more than sufficient.
Oh, hell yeah. Let me... Just gonna add this to my inventory real quick.
Yep.
Add custom item.
Oh, one other quick note of this while Uru is doing that. We'll actually be switching from milestone based to experience based. Because if we continue to rely on milestone based, y'all are gonna hit. It's gonna get cattywampusy. Don't worry, experience can still be gained through things like roleplay, puzzle solving, encounters like this. But
How
we
do
will
we
be
switch?
it should be in your character. If you go to manage and go back to like one of the first screens, you should be able to default it. I think everyone here should be level 9. We're gonna put you. Let's see here, level EXP E&D. I believe. Let me. All right. You guys should be at about 60,000 XP.
Okay.
Which is just 4,000 shy of level 10. But you don't have to worry about that just yet.
Okay.
That's bookkeeping that can be done either at the end of the session or between now and next week.
Okay. Okay. Petals in my inventory.
Fantastic.
And I will head back to the inn. A bit flustered. Because I do feel like I just kind of doomed somebody to the games. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I feel guilty.
You make your way back into the tavern. People are having a grand time. There's a... I don't recall. Did Darkness don his disguise before or after Uru left? I think it was before.
It was definitely before.
Okay, so you notice Darkness is still wearing his Dan Blatherly disguise. So long
Oh, Jesus.
mustache, monocle, and a trilby. Playing along a jaunty little tune as Jackie's in the back serving up burgers and farmers are continuing to regale anybody who's willing to listen about the great spider massacre. Some of you had dreams. Most of you had dreams. I am not going to recap those dreams. If you want recaps for your dreams, you can watch the VOD. Abby was nice enough to share it. I was going to say they were all fairly cryptic in nature, with not a whole lot of understanding. But at the end of the day, everyone's able to get a nice, good night rest. And so everyone go ahead and hit that long rest button.
Ooh.
Long rest button is my favorite button.
Before bed, however, Jackie, do you clean as you go?
Always.
Roll me a performance check.
Of course.
Just to see how thorough you... Oh, no, we already did this. We already did the check
Oh,
to see.
dude. Wow.
And even still, you roll a nat 20. So, yes.
Why?
That kitchen looks cleaner than when you got to it. It is more organized.
I take pride.
I was gonna say you take great pride in this skill, and this is now you took a regular kitchen and you made it something spectacular. Hopefully, the normal chef is gonna come back and appreciate all of your hard work. He probably will. It is a good job.
That's funny because Call is definitely like letting himself in like first thing in the morning to just start like making biscuits so he can think.
Just completely ruins the place.
No,
Comes in the
absolutely.
next
Like, he definitely takes a second to appreciate the work that Jackie put in, and he does also clean as he goes.
So the next morning rolls around, calls up bright and early, probably a little groggy from his poor night of sleep. I believe you set yourself up in the corner of the room because everything was illuminated with magical effect.
100% did not trust it. I wanted to shove everything in the corner, and I just slept on the floor.
Mm-hmm. I think the Archmon still slept in the bed though.
Yeah, I said fuck it.
As did Rail and probably Jackie and Darkness.
Oh yeah.
When you wake up the next, or sorry, Dan Flatherly.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Can I get Constitution
Damn it, Dan.
throws from everybody except Call?
It is Dean.
Yes.
It's a relatively low roll. We're looking for 10 or higher.
Con roll, huh?
Woo! 15.
I have a flat 0. So 50-50. Hey.
Nice, nice,
Ooh.
nice. No one rolled below, right? That's
Oh
1,
my
2,
God.
4, 5. Perfect.
Back-to-back
Everyone
20s.
succeeds. All we were trying to do was confirm that you didn't sleep in and inadvertently end up getting like that super tuck that happens when the inn magically resets itself at checkout.
Oh.
uh,
Help!
uh,
Help! I'm trapped.
basically, it would be like
Yeah.
you're just extra tuckied inny, or you get flung out of the bed, or there's a small table for it. But everybody's able
Got
to
caught
wake
up in the turn down service.
But
Exactly.
who doesn't love that extra tucky in though, where you're super
Mhm.
cozy?
It's like when
Just
the
turn
maid
over and
comes
go back
with
to bed.
stool.
Oh, 5 more minutes.
So it's still
Mhm.
extra early in the morning. Basha wouldn't be downstairs yet. It is basically dead downstairs. And Call, you want to start making some biscuits?
Yeah, Cole's gonna biscuit it up.
Okay, sounds good.
Are you
Go
gonna
ahead and
make
roll me
gravy to
a
go with those
performance check.
biscuits?
Oh.
No,
Lost
he's just
gravy?
kneading the dough. He's making biscuits like a cat.
Yeah, I was.
Yep.
Does he get a plus from how well I prepared the kitchen for him?
Oh,
Don't worry
yes.
about it.
Oh, yes.
That good prep work.
Oh.
All right.
Weird. It gave me a second con save for Rail. Alright, with a 17, you're able to find all of your ingredients.
Why is it rolling 3 times? That's not supposed to be happening. I'm gonna
Just go with
reset my.
We can also just go with we'll just go with the first one. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
So with a 17, you're able to find most of what you need. Jackie used a large amount of the ingredients the night before, making food for everybody in the tavern. But hey, he paid for it. About the only ingredient you're having a hard time finding is a sufficient amount of cold butter, which, as you know, is one of the key ingredients to keeping your biscuits light and fluffy. But that being said, you are still able to produce a pretty reasonable batch.
All right. Cool. Would I would search around for any sort of additional like fixings to it, and I would probably also make like a basic like breakfast gravy kind of thing. Find some more of that questionable meat if there was any left.
This looks like something kind of reminiscent of what you could assume to be a bacon, some sort of fatty red meat. You end up cooking that up,
Some
mixing
sort
it,
of bacon.
Oh, yeah.
turning it into a delicious biscuits and gravy. At this point, I believe people might start heading down. Anybody who's interested is welcome to join the main room. Basha does come in at some point as you're making the gravy. She kind of for those of you who don't remember, Basha is sort of the homely looking, I believe she's a dwarf woman. She's got kind of a large protruding jaw, um, like a very Olga Pataki kind of Helga Pataki kind of like unibrow situation going on. Um, she kind of storms into the kitchen, looks around, takes a sniff in the air, and goes, "Hmm." She hands you like a fat stack of herbs and goes, "You should put those in." Just
Thank
like
you.
in your
Wait,
face.
is it like marijuana or
No, it's like sage and tarragon.
fat stack of
Cole will
herbs?
just like
Nice.
look it over for a moment and just like approvingly take it and just nod and just like apply it to the gravy.
She goes, "Yes."
And I would have also, I forget the fee for use of the kitchen, but Cole would have left
2 gold coins.
Cole would have left that on the counter.
Perfect. Basha bites into one. They seem legit. Doesn't bother biting into the second one. They kind of trust you at this point. They're like, "Where's your little friend?"
Probably still waking up at this point.
Ah, late raisers, huh? Shame. That little kid cooked up a storm, though. Where'd you two
I'd
come
say
from?
here. Different
All out of the
places.
sky, cooking food. Different places, huh?
Yeah.
Raises
We
an
ended up.
eyebrow. Roll me a deception check.
Why is that deception?
I don't suppose I could. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's deception or persuasion. Either way, it's a -1. We met because of work.
You can make it persuasion, but like. Kind of scowls and goes, "What kind of work?"
Nat 20.
Still a 19.
Well, still a nat 20.
But still a 19.
Well, better than nothing.
You failed, sir.
Better than only getting a 0.
That's right. Right
better
to jail.
than every roll I just had except the last one.
Call will just shrug as he's focusing on the roof or the gravy. We met because of work. We're adventurers, I suppose you could say. We work well together, and we've stuck together since.
Were you shorter?
Same could be said for the lot of them.
I suppose that's fair.
Yes, you have remarkable beds.
Yes, they are quite nice, aren't they? The enchantments that we have on them are pretty spectacular. Cuts down on having to hire somebody to go and turn down the beds. And I don't have to worry about people complaining about how this bed wasn't made right, or that bed wasn't done properly, or there's still blood in the sink. Like, it's all gone.
Is that what they do?
What did you think they did?
Well,
It's all the rage in Ravnica.
Call will just like look for a long moment because he fully thought that they were like spying enchantments. Never mind. And he goes back to his gravy.
The rest of you are welcome to come down and start milling about.
Yeah.
I always sleep in.
I believe.
Not a sleeping type.
Darkness as well.
I believe I was
Rail
actually.
is.
Okay, sorry.
Rail's gonna come down with the sending stone in her hands, kind of frantically smacking it and whispering loudly into it. What do you mean, what orb? You know exactly what orb I'm talking about. Tell me where the orb is. End. Period.
Is that all your 25 characters?
Yeah.
I didn't count, but I feel like we were close.
The rest of the characters are exclamation points.
Rail's not even. It's not even on. Not even properly using it. Just yelling at it.
Someone just hasn't been yelling into our cell phone.
And knowing Call and Uragaru are both vegetarian, Call would have set up like some berries and honey on like a set of biscuits as well, if assuming there were any.
There's a couple
I'll
of other
just start
farmers.
snacking on berries then.
There's a couple of farmers that are coming in, bringing in shipments for future meals and whatnot. They're like, smells good. You guys cooking up more of that awesome food?
Well, different chef, but hopefully at least close to the same quality.
One of the farmers is just like licking his lips, and he's kind of just like, smells mighty fine.
Call just looks at him flatly for a long moment.
He gives
sigh
you kind of
and then
like
put
the big eyes.
He'll sigh and just like plate up a biscuit and some gravy on it and hand it off to him.
He's like, thank you so much. Oh, he's like, oh, this is the best thing I've had since last night. We're eating really good right now. Who are you people? Where did you come from?
Where did you go? Where did you come from?
We're just passing through. Don't get used to it.
Brutal.
Oh. Roll me an intimidation.
For once, a charisma roll I'm good at, but here we go.
All right. He'll just sort of like start to slowly eat his biscuit, like chewing 25 times before swallowing, kind of slow. He's not sure if he should be upset with you or terrified. So he's just gonna eat his food, drop off his shipment, and then leave.
Call doesn't necessarily have a problem with the guy, but he is baking to think right now. And people keep talking at him.
I mean, you are downstairs in a public quarter.
It's true. He is.
How dare you?
It's sort of like when you're like, I want to be left alone, but you go to like F&M. Like,
Yeah, but how many people go and bother the cook when he's cooking at like a restaurant? Just
to be fair, you're not the cook. It's not your restaurant, and yeah.
Also, if you're also
That's fair.
usually
all fair.
usually if the cook is in like the public area of it all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when I used to go to like the country kitchen that I used to hit up all of the time, I bugged that guy constantly. He
That's
love
like
hated me.
the whole freaking appeal of hibachis is you get to like interact with the chef as he's doing
Unless
his
it's
thing.
a shitty hibachi. Sorry, I'm still angry about that.
Oh my god, fucking Sean or whatever the fuck his name
I want to
was.
go. I want to go back so bad. Just in hopes
Dude,
that we not that guy.
Fucking Sean, man.
Fucking Sean.
I definitely don't remember his name, but it was something along those lines. Yeah.
It might as well have been Sean. I don't
Listen,
know.
Yeah.
Sean. If you say somebody's name is Sean, I've got all I need.
Yeah.
Honestly, should
The
have
lazy.
for flinging the
lazy-
shrimp tails because it's technically a health and safety.
I do know a Sean that is a phenomenal cook, so I will put that out there. But yes,
This was
that
okay.
our Sean was not that Sean. Yes.
That
Yeah.
performance was not up to par. Yeah, almost put a lady's eye out with a piece of scrambled egg.
I still won't get over the fact that he
The
tried to
gaslighting.
gaslight me about what type of meat he gave me. Like, I fucking know what filet mignon looks like and tastes like, and I know the difference between filet mignon and top sirloin. Two vastly different cuts of meat, sir. Like,
Very different.
I'm genuinely offended.
Literally the opposite, the two ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I know, and he's like, it's the same meat, and I was like,
It was like, it's the same meat.
Then
Then why
is
does it cost different? Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway,
No.
yeah.
Where's
Be real.
do you
Oh, we haven't seen her in so long.
It's the bear.
Yeah.
So
All right.
who all is heading downstairs to join Call in his heavy thought in his not quite alone place?
So
I will head down.
Normally it's I
Looking
sleep
very
in.
distraught.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna keep sleeping in.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe again the last session you had mentioned that there's actually some fairly decent fishing around, and given everything, I felt like it was a good idea to get some early morning fishing in and be able to like clear my head a little bit for the things we've dealt with and the things to come. So I'll be getting back in pretty much in the morning.
Quick question: who has the dagger?
I believe it was Archmon.
Would be me.
Okay. Do you still have it on you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I would. Yeah, I would.
Is that like the first? You check that first thing. Okay, yeah. It's definitely still there. I just wanted to.
It is the constant on my mind. So yes, I'd be probably obsessed with keeping it around. If it wasn't for the fact that we have people that are, fairly competent as far as like potentially investigating and that sort of thing, I'm perfectly willing. I'm not like that obsessive about it, but this is understanding what I do know about it now as far as how the curse operates, and it's like it basically has its own bloodlust sort of thing, and then the fact that it's created or crafted by Red Rage and all of that, like trying to get answers is the only thing on his mind. So I think that's what I want to the fish for. As much as it is to catch fish, of course, it is to also
Quietly contemplate.
yes.
As you are quietly contemplating, with your line cast inside of a fairly tranquil-looking pond, you can kind of hear what sounds like an early morning caravan. Normally this wouldn't draw too much of attention, but there are a lot of people, kind of surrounding what are several carts. Roll me a perception check.
Oh hooray! I'm great.
Or sorry, insight. That one, because you can see it with your passive.
Same thing. Yeah.
But we were investigating.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a weird looking caravan. I'm sorry, I meant investigation. I am dumb.
Oh. Well, shit.
Sorry, I'm still kind of in a little bit of pain right now.
20.
Check can represent. Special. Why can't? 1 second. Sorry.
All good.
Research, study, and glean information. Yeah, cool. So as you were sitting back with your line cast in the pool, not a lot stands out to you about this caravan but there are a couple of very important things of note. Thing number 1, you recognize the armor that these people are wearing as Knights of the Barrel Blade. Thing number 2, you recognize that the colors on the caravan match that of the Sunite priests. And you notice that there is a large number of these caravans, so like 3 or 4. Not 3 or there's definitely 4 carts. You're not sure how many of them have people in them, but there's definitely 4 carts. And suddenly, without warning, you're reminded of which temple Tyke was at not too long ago. The one she's been working on infiltrating.
Right.
Right. So let's roll a performance check to see how many fish you catch.
16.
With a 16, you get a rather handsome catch. There's not a whole lot of big fish biting in this particular pond, but you are able to get some pretty decent fishing going. Get about a dozen or so fairly large breakfast-sized fish.
So I will like casually, you know, as not drawing my attention to myself. I mean, I'm sure there's people kind of out and about while this caravan's going in.
No, caravan is leaving.
Oh, caravan is leaving.
It looks like it is leaving Moag.
Okay. It's topside of Moag. Can we pick up on any kind of like conversations that are going around as far
You
as
have
like?
to get much closer.
So yeah, my plan would be to kind of be packing up my fishing, not like super rushed or anything like that. Not trying to draw attention, but perhaps upon doing that, saunter over and maybe get myself into the shadows a little bit and try to pick up perhaps on what they're what they're up to.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check to see how close you can get.
17.
The 17, you're able to get pretty close, but it doesn't seem like anyone's chatting. Almost like a militant silence. Go ahead and roll me one more perception check as the caravan continues to move past you.
Yep. 5.
Damn.
Nothing happens that you notice. The guards don't seem to pay you any mind. They do look in your general direction as though they're actively scouting, but they don't seem to clock you specifically, as far as you can tell.
Yep.
But you could swear you heard just the faintest bang, 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 bang.
On a caravan?
Like what sounds like someone banging from the inside of the caravan.
Or, they could have fender issues that they need to get fixed. The ground.
Because it sounds like someone pounding on a door instead of the caravan rocking.
Is it the closest caravan?
It's sort of the third one from the back. Is when you kind of notice the rhythmic thumping. But unfortunately, with a 5, you don't glean much more from it. Jackie, you still sleeping?
Yep.
All right, I need a Constitution savings throw. Or sorry, a Dexterity savings throw.
Dex?
Yep, Dexterity savings throw.
Yeeted out of bed.
Oh, it was on 18 and it fucking rolled over to 6.
With a 10, you get unceremoniously yeeted out of the bed as it starts to kind of rumble underneath you, kind of like magic fingers at first. So at first it's a little fun, but then it starts to buck a little bit, like something out of The Exorcist, until you
What the
eventually flop
fuck?
out.
So I flop out and I oh, hell no, and I jump back on it.
Wow.
Had to fight the bed.
You ain't getting rid of me this easily.
That's right.
Not
I was
this
doing
time.
I was doing a sleeping.
Wasn't planning on having this particular encounter, but I should have prepared for it because
This is Jackie.
Jackie.
Because Jackie. We will revisit that. In the meantime, Rail. Early morning. Or not early morning. It is morning time. Smells like breakfast. Call's making his famous biscuits.
That's the one thing that might get me out of bed for the record. But right now.
Abner is just snoring away in the crook of your arm.
Go.
I finished smacking the sending stone and kind of slap it down on the table counter behind where Call is cooking, and kind of go like and smack it down, waking Abner a little bit, and then trying to coax him back to sleep. I stuff some berries in my mouth and go, what are we doing?
Would you care to swallow and try that again?
Let me do a Constitution savings throw. Hold on.
Swallow the whole thing in one gulp.
Let's see. App. It miraculously, fucking just like slurp down all of the berries in one gulp, and let out a bit of a belch, and say, "What are we doing today? What's on the docket today?"
You certainly have a spring in your step. We got really lucky yesterday. We need to go and probably see Mrs. Harpode, see if she has any leads on where we could take our prize from yesterday.
Rail's kind of like bouncing in her seat a little bit, nodding her head, going, yeah, that's right, okay, yeah. You notice that she's got some nervous energy about her.
Paul just like pauses for like a long second and looks at her. Are you okay?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be okay? I'm totally fine. Why do you ask?
Roll me a
You
Constitution
seem a little.
savings throw. Or Wisdom savings throw, excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Usually
Ignore that
one.
Ooh, a
9. Call, you notice Rail's eyes just twitching.
I'm not crazy. You are crazy.
I'm not crazy, you're crazy.
And Rail, please take 5 points of sanity.
Oh no.
Especially you, Nappa.
Jeez.
Oh God, where are we on that? Hold on.
You should be on
Pull that
a new
up.
track. Because the fire dinged you down pretty hard that one time. I think
Hang on,
last.
I've got. Okay, I've got. Well, I'll tell you in private. How many was it? 5.
5.
You just seem a little overly energetic for this time of day.
Look, I'm
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry. I'm just I really just want to get the day going, you know? Like we've got stuff to do, we've got people to see, potentially people to save. I don't know. I had this another dream. I'm worried, and Razor's not responding, and I'm like kind of tapping the sending stone rapidly.
Didn't you send the message like 3 minutes ago?
I sent it last night.
You need to calm down. Panicking isn't going to make the sending stones ring any faster.
I love how in the history of forever telling someone to calm down has ever worked exactly 0
My
times.
thought exactly. I want to know how angry that makes me.
Ooh, that's up to you. While you're figuring that out, Darkness, you smell biscuits.
Darkness definitely was raised being given breakfast in the morning, and despite him having not been at home for the last couple of years, like, old habits die hard, and he's just like expecting that a nursemaid, because biscuits were made at his house a lot, and so he's expecting a nursemaid to just bring him biscuits in bed, and so he turns back over and goes back to sleep.
Ah,
Nice.
fantastic. Constitution savings throw, please, or dexterity savings.
Yeah.
We're doing this again, huh?
Yep.
Oh god.
Oh no.
You are grappled.
Douche, douche.
Fucking.
Off to a good start this morning.
You are the most tucked into this bed you have ever been tucked into a bed before. It's the whole military corners, the whole 9 yards.
Like, pins restrained, gagged, can't get out.
Well, maybe not gagged. Calm down. It's not that kind of in. Not for that price anyway. That costs extra. Basha comes in with a big wooden spoon, and you don't want to know what happens.
Ah! No, please.
Oh goodness.
I believe you and Jackie were both sharing a room, because it was Arquan and Call in the other, and then Uru and Rail in the honeymoon suite. And so both of you are like, you kind of turn over, and as you're being aggressively tucked into this bed, you notice Jackie is wrestling with his sheets.
It's great.
Yeah.
Darkness can't get out of bed.
That's
And
our
Jackie can't
Looney
get in it.
Tunes cartoon.
A 7 does not hit your AC, even while you are buck ass naked. The blankets are trying really hard to like tuck themselves in around you. Like, they're not trying to do it around you per se, but you seem to be dodging it. But like,
I'm dodging
you're
the
not
sheet.
you're not able to get under them again. You just fall asleep on top.
Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, Darkness is in the
I
bed
used to
next
sleep
to
on
you.
the streets, so this
Sure.
this is whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile,
He's trying to
Darkness
fight
next
me.
to you is like as he's being like
Smothered by the bed.
smothered by the bed.
I'm over here like lucky.
If only I could be so trapped.
Jackie, roll me a perception check. You absolutely smell fresh baked biscuits and gravy downstairs.
Fuck.
Biscuits and gravy.
Jackie leaps out of bed.
Darkness, your mouth is still free. You could still technically talk to Jackie.
Wait. Dude, like, Jackie, can you, like, shit, kind of trapped. Like,
I might be able to shit, but really...
Right now, Jackie, right now.
Time is of the essence, man.
Dire matters. No, can you like help? Kind of didn't expect the bed to pin me down like this. had girls do it, but never beds.
Roll me a deception check.
Jackie wouldn't know better regardless of what he rolls here. I'm just gonna point that out.
Just wanted him to roll it.
but my response is gonna be, man, do you smell those biscuits right now?
Yeah, like.
How is that
we were
not
gonna
getting
bring
you
him
out of
up
bed?
here.
It got me out of bed.
I mean, I was gonna, and then the bed kind of kept me in bed.
So the bed's keeping you away from the biscuits.
Yeah, it's kind of selfish.
All right, I'll help you out of there.
Thank you.
That's not right.
All right, Darkness, go ahead and roll a dexterity savings throw with advantage.
Ooh. Roll this twice. Hey, all right. Dirty 20.
Right. With a dirty 20, you were able to pry yourself out of the bed with Jackie's assistance. The sheets
Somehow
slowly kind of
shock.
creep back up and back into their military tuck.
Random bits of clothing, shoe and a sock.
You're pretty sure
inside.
you've lost a sock. Definitely lost a sock. Your underwear is also, for whatever reason, missing.
I was wearing it last night. What happened?
I don't know. You tell me.
Carnivorous beds.
They eat your left sock and any rogue underwear. Dan Flatterly sleeps in the nude.
He does.
Does that mean Darkness does?
You
Always?
tell again.
Do you get a boon for being underwearless?
No.
Like free-balling?
No.
You
If anything, I'm pretty sure it's a detriment to your AC, just ever so slightly.
You have a
Like
morning
a point of a
booner?
percent.
Morning chafe.
So, is everyone back downstairs? Enjoying some brekkies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, that smells good as hell. What are you making?
Biscuits, gravy, a simple recipe that I was able to bring with me from home.
Man, where'd you find the cold butter?
Luckily, there was just a little bit tucked away in the icebox. There wasn't enough to make a large batch, and I had to share a little bit, but there's still plenty to go around.
The farmer is just like takes another slow bite, like maintaining eye contact with you. Like, did I just piss this guy the fuck off? Like, he's missing an arm. He's scarred up to shit. Y'all still smell like mud and fire and terror. Like, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Well, hook some of that up. I'm hungry.
Caldwell will plate up the biscuits and gravy and pass them around, and pass a plate of honey biscuits and berries to Uragaru as well.
Oh, thanks.
Arkbun, the caravan is
course.
beginning to move like farther away from town. What do you do?
I mean, without any information to go on, I can't go necessarily just chasing myself, but hearing that knocking, let's see. Is it's like really like desperate knocking, like I can tell it's like someone trying to escape.
You're not entirely sure. But it does seem odd.
Can I if I am far enough away, let's see, I got a range, this thing has a range of 30 feet. Okay. I would like to kind of moving up, I guess, to like the side of the street, not trying to draw attention to myself, get within the range of about 30 feet to the caravan, which I believe I hear the sound coming from. I like to use we'll kind of use this in a little bit of a slightly different way. A Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, um, which is just basically kind of I used it before to help quell the fire down in the underground.
Choosing 5 feet, a 5-foot square of an unoccupied space within range. Making a strength saving throw or taking bludgeoning damage. Okay, so you're going to attack the wagon?
Yeah, try to like get at like the axle of the wheel, and make it under the guise of just bad ground that they're driving over. Of course, we're looking at like, yeah, we are looking to like disable it for a bit. Give us a little bit of time, basically.
Okay. It's an inanimate object, so it's not able to resist. I just need to make. It's 5-foot square of unoccupied space on the ground. Medium hand made. So it is. So the spell does say a medium hand made of a compacted soil. So it does look like a magical effect. So it wouldn't just be that the ground suddenly becomes kind of weird. It would look like there's a hand coming out to then edit the terrain. Is that what you'd like to do?
Let's like basically like the hand comes out, it damages the axle. I'd imagine it maybe the ground doesn't look exactly the same, but like I don't want the hand to like stick out and like stay on the axle or anything like that. Just basically
stealth
like
check for the hand.
25.
Jesus, okay.
I had those sneaky magic hands. This has been a thing.
Magic hands.
Sneaky magic.
Hands are rated E for everyone.
Go ahead and roll me that 2d6 damage.
Okay. 8.
8. All right. 8 points of damage as the hand kind of like creeps up and grabs the bottom of the spoke, keeping it from going. The cart like violently kind of whips ever so slightly, and it does pull the back wheel off of its axle, and it kind of causes the whole thing to kind of tilt on one side. The guards hold up a hand and go, "Hold!" They kind of multiple guards take out crossbows to kind of scout the area. Go ahead and roll me another stealth check.
Oh boy. I mean, I'm just.
You're just a guy.
Oh, that was right there on 18, but 14.
I'm just a fisherman.
One of the guards does notice you. And they go, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Pretend you don't speak common.
Oh, hey, just trying to get back to the house with today's catch, and I'll kind of go to my point to my rod, I guess.
Roll me a deception check. I know you're technically still doing that, but you're also you didn't answer who you were. All right.
14.
With the crossbows still trained on you, they say you better get going then, I suppose.
Oh yeah, on my way.
Kind of gesture at another one, and in Draconic, do you speak?
Draconic? Unfortunately not.
In Draconic, he barks some orders, and two guards begin to like lift the carriage out of the muck, and another one rushes over to try and start fixing, or either identifying a potential solution to fix the spoke. They seem to be murmuring something back and forth. with your passive investigation, your best guess is that they're talking about how long it'll take to fix, but you're not able to glean a number.
I suppose with that window and having temporarily stalled them, I'll head back to the inn.
Okay. Arkmon enters the inn. Basha's super happy to see you. She's like, I should admit, you're new. Weren't you here last night?
Oh yeah,
Oh, those.
quite lovely bed. Yeah, no, I just got out. Hey, got a good catch. Luckily out there, not too bad fishing. Thank you.
These are mighty fine. I gotta offer you 10 silver for the lot.
For the fish, I kind of take a look around. I know we have a lot of heads to feed and some traveling to do.
Alright, you want to keep them, that's on you. I just thought you were selling.
Nah. This is all for the group. Speaking of which, and I could try to like observe like who's around right now. I guess we got like two folks still sleeping. Or is everybody?
I think everybody is downstairs at this point. Yeah. Jackie helped Darkness get out of the bed grapple.
Yep. Mhm.
I suppose
everybody looks kind of down in spirits, just ever so slightly, for their own personal reasons.
Jackie really looks fine.
Jackie looks fine.
I would try to get the group together, maybe a little bit potentially separated from anybody not in the group. That'd be great. And just basically describe that I guess the situation they came upon, and also just the general need that we need to get the hell back down to Moag to figure out what the hell to do with this blade. But I figure you all knew that.
Real kind of like in a jittery way comes up to you like, dude, Arkmon, your mom, the blade, we gotta go find your mom, right?
Yeah, we need to get ourselves, down there and not take things up too much. I mean, suppose there might be I know there's a couple of us already, wanted eyes on us, and I guess is it Darkness and Jackie have wanted posters for him? I'm trying to think of who all has.
Jackie doesn't have a wanted poster for him, but there were people who were looking for him. There were people who were like murmuring about how does he look like the guy? I think he looks like the guy. Pretty unique looking. And then Darkness definitely has wanted posters. Most of them have outdated pictures of him, but there are a few now circulating or being posted that have a slightly updated aesthetic. It kind of looks like his baby goth phase, like when he first started getting into eyeliner, but it still tracks.
I would describe though the this caravan with the barrel of the blade. While might be a little sketchy, also might be a great in for us as well. They're currently a little tied up at the moment,
Arkmon, what stood out to you about this caravan?
Well, I mean,
why should we stall rather than going straight to your mother?
Well, we need to get a way in there. I mean, at this point, we don't even know where the hell we're going. We need to figure that out. But I mean, I know I heard something, and it's not much to go on, but I heard some kind of captive, and knowing that little warehouse situation we got into earlier, I know that's where they're taking people captive. It potentially give us our way in, a little deception, a little dress up, never hurt us. Might be able to get our way in without causing too much of a ruckus.
Caravan was again leaving Moag. It was heading
right.
west.
Leaving, well, okay, but it wasn't like heading down. Like my thought was it was potentially heading like down into the underground of Moag. But
No,
that
it
would
looks
not
like
be.
it looks like it is leaving Moag. Sorry, I tried to make that clear. I'm not in the best of descriptives right now, so my apologies for not making that clear. But it looks like it is leaving the area. It looks like it is heading west towards Weatherlight.
Yes.
Well, Arkmon, if you think this is worth investigating, I trust you.
You said the caravan's going to Weatherlight?
That would be the direction, I suppose.
I wonder. Maybe. No. We've got to find some way to contact Razor. Something's wrong.
Craig, Razor would have received the message that Ray sent recently about what do you mean, what orb? Do you want to respond? You want to craft a response?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Okay.
I probably sent the message when I was on like 1 HP and pretty out of it, so it's a little like belligerent, but I'm basically like, orb, 6 exclamation points. What you mean, no orb?
Fucking orb is auto-corrected to ducking orb.
Yeah.
What does it mean by ducking orb? Bangs, you a duck now? What's going on?
Quack.
Ears.
Cheesecake, why are you such a little baby?
Because Grandma's killing off your characters slowly.
Okay.
Aw, dang.
Also, all of our animals are with
All in Moag.
Babs back in Moag. Yeah, we gotta go get them. I'm holding on to Abner, by the way. He's coming with me. Abner will just like live in my saddle pack on spirits. What's it called? Saddle
Respectfully,
thingy.
Abner does not seem interested in joining the crew.
Okay, but he's cuddling me.
For now.
Because you're comfy.
Because you are comfy, but you get the sense that... Have you ever, like, been like, I really like this person, and then they're like, let's go somewhere, and you're like, fuck no.
That's fine. This is his home.
You can come visit whenever you want. There's so much going on. Everyone seems so contemplative. What y'all doing?
Well, I also want to ask Uru kind of in private about what he was up to last night.
I say do
but
it.
Yeah, I want to try to get him when the group's not listening, just in case it was like something he didn't want everyone to know about.
Do you want to just be like, hey, you want to come up with an excuse for why he should go back upstairs?
I'll be like, hey, can you help me with this? And I just kind of like hold up Abner, who's like half asleep in my arms.
Yeah, Abner's just
and I'm just gonna
out. Purring.
I'm just gonna start walking and assume that you'll follow me.
He's eepy.
And while they do that, I guess Colin Arkmon will like go over the logistics of the caravan now that we're going to possibly mess with. Don't mind us.
God damn it, Razor.
Was Razor's response something along the lines of what orb?
I sent it to you as well.
Oh, lovely. mean absorb? You're so mean.
Listen, as far as Razor knows, we're not talking about the orb.
What orb?
Exactly. Yeah, my response was essentially, I don't know what orb you're talking about. Do you mean absorb? Like you are absorbed in the conversation?
God.
I'm gonna take Uru upstairs while I read this message and just kind of like chuck the sending stone across the room and go, damn it. Oh.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. Something's wrong. I'm worried.
Yeah, I get that.
Dude, you totally disappeared last night. Is everything okay with you? Oh my god.
So,
Answer the question, Urugaru. How are you feeling?
not great. Not great.
You are freaking out, man.
Freaking out, man.
You remember the Goliath from yesterday whose flower we stole, right?
You mean the flower you stole?
Yes, the flower I stole.
I'm over here like I'm a
royal
fucking
we?
protector of nature. I would never.
Listen,
Okay, what of it?
I would never hurt a plant like that. I pruned a flower that was not going to hurt the plant. Relax. But I felt bad. So I went back to apologize. And the Goliath woman was still awake. And we talked for a bit, and I noticed she kept spiders. And something felt off, but couldn't describe it. She asked me to do scrying for her in exchange for a few more flowers. I wasn't sure if she needed to know about a family member or something like that. I didn't ask. So it seemed fair. I accepted the deal. And when Shidanji cast Scry, there was this woman. I didn't know her from a hole in the wall. It honestly didn't really bother me at first, and then when I went to leave, I recognized on the back of her door was the emblem of the games and a caption underneath that just read Game Master. And now I'm worried I've just helped somebody terrible find somebody to go into the games to be killed, and I don't know what this person did or if they're a bad person or not. And I don't even think it really matters.
What was this woman doing?
She was scared. She looked like she was packing things up in a hurry. She seemed flustered. I don't know.
And this game master, did you catch her name by chance?
Yeah, it was. She introduced herself to me as Astara of the Endless Web. And when I shook her hand, I noticed her Goliath lines peeled back a little, and she had eyes like that of a spider. I noticed.
Can I do a history check to see if I know anything about Astara or the Endless Web. I got a 17.
Yeah, let's go. There's my man. That is my man right there. All right. So that name does mean something to you, and there is a family name associated with that. You know them as Astara Gitrog of the Endless Web. The Gitrog clan was a clan of casting Goliaths from the mountains north of Dorwine. They deal in fate and prophecy. You've never met this person specifically, but the name stands out to you because it is feared isn't the correct term.
Revered?
Probably.
Kind of like the fates of Greece. You never want to meet them, but if you do, you better listen to what they say.
Exactly.
Oh no. Not them.
You know?
They are fabled nightmares of the children of Dorwine. I heard many stories about the Gitrog of the Endless Web, Astara's name among them. She deals in fate and is not someone you want to get tangled with. No pun intended. Can you tell me anything else about the woman in the vision?
She was...
Roll me a history check to see how well you can, recall the details of what this person looked like.
Yeah.
With advantage, because it was recently.
Yeah,
and the memory has been haunting.
Double nat 20.
Oh shit!
You described it with intimate detail. You know every mole, every scar.
Down to the fucking scars, yeah.
Down to the slight chip on one of her fangs. And Ray, without a doubt in your mind, this is Red Rage. Everything about it. Good.
I am wide-eyed in shock as you are describing this person to me. My hands trembling, I reach out to you and put them on your arms and look you in the eyes and say, "We have to go."
You know this person, don't you?
I knew something was wrong. She's in danger. We have to go now.
Okay, let's go get the others. Let's head out.
Alright, so you make your way downstairs in a bit of a hurry, I'm gonna guess?
Yeah.
Post-haste.
I can tell Rail's upset, and I know that it's likely bad. So
Grand. So, Rail and... So, while they were off having their moment, Jackie, Arkmon, Call, Darkness, what are y'all up to?
Eating biscuits.
Eating biscuits.
Eating biscuits and discussing
plans?
talking about like how many like soldiers would have been around the caravan, how many like actual carts there were, what sort of animal or what sort of like how many creatures were like drawing the carts, that sort of thing. Just kind of figuring out like approaches and whether or not that sort of attack would be survivable.
For sure. Give me 1 minute to fill in those questions for you. I just need a potty, not a super danger potty, but we're just gonna take a quick minute. Feel free to grab a drink, and I will be back shortly.
All right.
Woo!
Not a danger body.
Not a danger body.
It's a safe potty.
Double nat 20, by the way, on that.
Good
fucking
job.
awesome.
Told you were just saving those rolls for later.
I couldn't believe it when I rolled the both. I was like, I couldn't get one of those on the other rolls? We wouldn't be in this problem.
Nope, not allowed.
If any of my danger checks on that Goliath thread, we would have been fine.
Now do that again next time you have disadvantage.
Yeah, right.
I was rolling in there with advantage too. It wasn't rolling great.
You're doing great.
I just needed one of those danger checks to go wee, wee, wee. Instead, I went 2, 7, 2, 7, 9. Into nat 20 just to tell me that I had fucked up.
For myself.
Okay, I'm back. So
Welcome back.
to answer your question, or rather to help elaborate, the number of knights of the barrel blade that Archmon was able to identify was 14. Number of carts, 4. Number of beasts, 2 per cart. They just sort of looked like large horses. They were heading west.
Okay. That's a fight.
Indeed.
Unless we get the element of surprise and immediately attack them, I don't see a fight like that going in our favor, Archmon.
Yeah, certainly. They got somebody. They got somebody captured. But we don't even have our full group right now, so we gotta move out. We gotta get down to Moag anyways before anything.
If you think it's worth checking out, we can, but we should be very careful, and we should go in with a plan.
As Rael and Uru are making their way downstairs, the front of the tavern door kind of violently swings open. Basha kind of raises her jowl and goes, careful about the door, it's gonna fall off the hinges if you do it like that. And when they realize who they're talking to, they get this stark look of fear in their face, and they go, "Oh, my apologies. How can I help you, good sirs, this afternoon, morning?" The Knights of the Barrel Blade don't make much eye contact with Basha. They kind of just file in, and take a seat at the biggest central table. One of
Sergeant
them's gonna.
immediately, while they're, well, no,
Are
he's gonna
you?
wait.
Did you re-up your disguise?
It only lasts an hour. So yeah,
Which is why
actually,
I'm asking if you reapplied.
were there other people down in the?
Not when you first came down.
Then no, he probably wouldn't have.
All right.
So,
Great.
he's wise enough to have pointed his face away from the door in case someone did come in, and it's an innate ability now. His ability to cast disguise self. So I think he's gonna wait until they're making some noise as they kind of shuffle in and settle down to cast it.
They're pretty silent. They don't seem to be making a whole lot of like murmuring or noises. One of them who seems to be, for lack of a better term, a leader. Like I wouldn't call him like the leader of the group. He's just the one who's been sent up to the front to order food for everybody. He kind of like sandwiches himself up against the bar, and he'll look at Basha. I'll be like, we'll take whatever it is you guys are cooking. That smells fantastic. Basha will look around nervously and be like, I'm so sorry. We've rented the kitchen out to these travelers. They're from out of town. They're really impressive though. They make some of the best food. I'm sure if you ask politely. Well, you can't see his face through the heavy metal shielding. You get sort of the sense that this person was not super keen on the notion of asking nicely. Basha kind of recoils, not entirely sure what to say next. The guard will look at, I guess, Call, you're the one who's serving up food. And he'll go, is that true? Do I need to ask you super pretty?
Call will look over at his friends and look at Arkmon with like kind of a knowing look and sort of gauging his response and like kind of getting a vibe for what he feels like, kind of looking for his lead here.
Arkmon, what's the lead?
Let's see. I suppose you're close to me. My idea would be, how many do I see that came in? What's the count on the?
Of the 14 you had seen previously, about 10. I will also point out that it's difficult for you to communicate back and forth right now.
Oh yeah. No, sorry. I'm
looking for like a nod or a shake. I'm looking for a nod or a shake. How much do you want me to? How much of a mess do you want me to make here?
I would say go ahead and serve them for the time being, if you can.
Okay. So, Arkmon will give him a nod. Will nod, and Call will shrug and be like, "You could. It's not quite enough for all of you, though."
That's a shame. How about those fish, though? Gesturing at Arkmon's hall.
Brutal.
You know what? I was about to head back out anyways. It was kind of a light haul this morning. There, and I'll hand Call the fish to a trust to serve up. I think with that, with the idea that I'm hoping to potentially run into our two friends and without much communication, hopefully maybe one of the people inside gets the idea. I give the fish to Call and then head out again.
Call will look at the fish and look at the barrel blade, the head barrel blade. Never really done fish before.
He doesn't respond to that.
I suppose. Welcome to take them whole. I'm sure that you have someone in your sizable group that knows how to prepare fish.
He does not respond.
Well, Call will let the moment linger for a long time.
Most awkward standoff ever.
Yeah. I guess my idea doesn't.
Well, this has been Sorry, go ahead, Archimon.
I suppose I could stick around and prep the fish since no one else is offering.
Jackie is disguised by burying his face into the biscuits.
Useful as ever, Jackie. Thank you.
I'm there when it counts.
Are you?
Counting how many biscuits are left.
Alright, roll me your performance check, but with disadvantages. Oh, sorry, Archmon's preparing the fish. Alright, just performance check.
Alright, give me just 1 second. I'll be right there.
Got it. My desk is all clean and ready for work tomorrow. This is great.
Yay, work tomorrow.
I mean,
Well, yay, clean desk at least.
I'm gonna say, but yay, clean desk. Like, let's keep focusing on the positive, okay?
I gotta go to the hospital on Wednesday.
Oh.
Boo.
Boo.
Oh.
Check up
Do you
for
still have
your-
an infection?
Yeah, they're worried that whatever bacteria got into my system is still there.
Oh no.
I'm glad they're checking on it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I don't like the cough hasn't fully gone away, but it's more or less gone at this point.
yeah,
Right.
they're just doing due diligence. They want to make sure you're good.
They want to
Is it
make
annoying?
sure.
Yes.
Yeah, they want to make sure it's not like something slightly more serious, you
Yeah.
know.
For sure.
Stay with advantage.
No, just raw roll.
Oh, there you go. 8.
All right. So you prepare several of the fish for the
Very
Knights of the Barrel
shittily.
Blade. I was gonna say it is not your best work. But also I don't think you care that much. Also they're military people. They probably also don't really notice the difference. So, thankfully, with those two things combined, they seem, I wouldn't say pleased, but like they're not gonna continue to hassle you over it. Some of them will make some barbs in Draconic. About how you don't know how to cook, but none of them will laugh. Like one guy makes kind of like an off-the-cuff joke, which only Rail, Darkness, and Call understand.
I'm looking at Call in absolute horror, just wondering how he's going to react.
I'm also curious how
Call
Call's going to react.
Call will consider for a second, and then probably reply in Draconic something along the lines of, "Well, perhaps if you could cook, you wouldn't be a soldier."
How loudly did you say this?
Loudly enough.
Perfect. I was gonna say,
He
you know
wouldn't-
what? It probably doesn't matter. They're kind of
Doesn't matter.
trained. They
Yeah.
will all kind of immediately stop eating, and they'll look at you. At one point, Abner, like, hops up to grab one of the pieces of fish, and one of the knights is gonna like bap him off of the table, but with zero regard for Abner's well-being.
Dang.
Okay, so it's gonna go like that. I'm gonna start rolling my sleeves up.
Call, hold on.
Razor kills
Call
a
will
few
just
of
like
them, and
quiet.
he's the bad guy.
Call will watch that happen, look at Rail, and
Razor's
very
looking down
calmly
from on
just
high, going, "Yes,
Yeah.
yes."
Yeah. But Razor
Just
kills
look-
a couple of them, and he's the bad guy. Ugh. What a mean old poopy pants Razor is for killing these
Listen,
pieces of shit.
don't fuck with cats.
Everything
that.
else.
But
is
also-
fine.
There was a whole
Great
documentary about it.
Cole just like watches this happen. "You should be nicer to cats," he says in Draconic. You never know when they're gonna find you again. And then he just takes a bite and just kind of chews his biscuit and just maintains eye contact.
The farmer's still like finishing like the last bite of his, and he's trying really hard not to like finish it because it was so tasty and so delicious. as this heated confrontation is kind of going down, he's going to kind of like walk up next to you. He's gonna put his hand on your prosthetic, and he's gonna say, "Go get him." And you feel imbued with energy.
Ooh. Hello.
Ooh.
You will be able to roll with advantage should you choose to fight.
Love that.
For all of your
Cole will
attacks.
look at.
However, I am
yeah.
going to point out
Okay.
there are
Yeah.
10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
6 of you.
Bad odds for them. I say we take them.
Yeah.
They're also city guards.
They are not just city guards. They are Knights of the Barrel Blade. These are royal guards. These
Knights
are
of
the
the
guards.
bitch blade, more like it.
These are the guards that are sent from Ravnica to go out and do things and stuff.
As long as that stuff is getting killed and the things are getting buried, they're on track.
We'll look down at the farmer, and he'll grab a napkin and just like a little quill really quick, and he's going to write down the recipe for the biscuits, and he's just gonna hand them to this guy.
Like, thank you. I shall pass this on to my children, and my children's children, and my children's children's children, and my children's 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 children. Call. Roll me a perception check as you grasp the hand of the farmer.
Perception. 10.
Okay. Nothing happens that you notice.
Okay. All right. Cole will return his attention to the barrel blades, and
one of them's kind of angry. One of them's kind
of. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I tried to smoke a joint and it did not go well.
Oh no.
I just want to get high. I haven't had any weeds. I haven't had any flour since Christmas. And I miss it. I haven't been able to because it's fucking cough.
So Cole's going to return his attention to the barrel blades, and he's going to put his biscuit down. My friends and I are trying to enjoy our breakfast. I hope all of you have a good day. And with that, he rests his prosthetic hand on the still hot remainder of the biscuits and gravy in the pot next to him. And then he just like looks at the group of them.
All right. You cannot see their faces or their expressions, but you could probably glean that some of them are like, "Damn, all right, we can calm down. No need to pop off like that." But at the same time, it's like I said, it's a little hard to tell for certain.
I could make an intimidation check.
Would you like to?
I could.
Would you like to?
Sure. Let some subtle threats hang in the air. Dirty 21.
Very subtle.
Dirty 21.
Very subtle.
I mean,
I was gonna say you can't get
a clean one, but
21.
That's fair. That's fair. But I'm also a little toasty myself, so.
That's fair.
Oh, you. God, what are you doing?
Not sure which one you're talking to, but I love it either way. Because I'm the Dungeon Master, that's why I win. I like that sticker. My God. Okay, so tensions are really high right now, and they are not entirely sure of their best course of action. They're kind of waiting to see what the oh, perfect. Here we go. They're waiting to see what the guy who's been ordering wants to do before he can kind of like. It looks like he might be getting ready to start something, but before he's able to do that, 2 other guardsmen wander in. Everyone stands up and at attention. These two fellows look slightly more imposing. They've got a little bit more regalia to kind of identify as like a much higher rank. Do not ask me what that rank is. I do not know off the top of my head. I will get back to you.
For Colonel.
Sure. But we could assume for anybody who would understand any military background, which would probably be mostly just darkness, high ranking. Oh, and well, I don't know how familiar you would be with the knights, but like,
I mean, Call has a soldier background, so pretty much anything to do with like, I think tactics or organization, he's gonna have a basic understanding of.
You know, that's fair. Like, if I walked into a kitchen and I saw a dude with a giant hat, I'd probably just automatically assume he was in charge. So that's fair. Okay. Everyone gets up, stands at attention. In Draconic, the commander will bark out that the repairs are going to take longer than expected. This shithole doesn't have any solid lumber to repair the fucking part. So we're just gonna have to camp here for the night and hopefully trek out first thing tomorrow after the necessary items have been retrieved. In the meantime, and he gestures at several of the people who are sitting around the table, go and shake down any farmers to see if they have any available tools or supplies that we could use to potentially expedite this ever so slightly. They get up, they salute, they truck off, leaving their half-eaten fish still on their plate. Abner crawls back up onto the table, grabs another fish, darts off into a corner. As the guards start to file out, single file, the one who was kind of acting contentious with you, Call, is just gonna sort of stand chest to chest with you. And you will hear him mutter under his breath, "This isn't over yet, little lizard." And he will turn.
Call will just... Call will cock his head to the side. Until lunchtime, then.
I'm gonna point at one of the knights and be like, "You gonna finish that?"
He says nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But he does scoot the plate towards you.
Okay. Awesome.
It's not Arkmon's best work, but it's not bad. These guys are being overly critical for no reason.
Hate is professional.
Hate is gonna hate.
The hate is gonna hate us.
Hate.
Alright, so the wagon is set to be fixed possibly by morning. But in the meantime, they're at a standstill. The time is now 9:43. As your DM, I have but one simple question for you, all my friends. What do you want to do?
Get eliminated.
Would you eat more food?
Yeah, fucking.
No, I want to get the fuck out of here. We gotta go find Arkmon's mom, and I gotta go figure out what's going on with Red Rage.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta also rescue whoever's trapped in their caravan.
We don't know who that is.
Honestly, like 50-50 chance that it's Tyke.
Yeah, that's exactly who I was thinking it is.
Oh, god damn it. I forgot about Tyke.
To the west, so it's like it's out of our.
Man, those low perception rolls.
Fuck off. You're making me do wisdom. Like I have to do wisdom saves. I have to do wisdom saves 5 times every fucking session. It's like my worst roll. Wisdom.
I'm sorry, I didn't write the rules.
Fun
isn't the failure. Wouldn't it be crazy if you opened it and it was anybody else, though?
Some random.
I mean, yeah.
Some dude.
Why not?
Thanks for getting me out of there.
Why the fuck not? Hey, maybe Steve gets us in.
Yeah,
Hey,
maybe.
I got. Oh wait, hey, you got the knife. I know exactly how to destroy that thing. Don't give me the number. Like,
Yeah, right.
the fuck?
Oh man,
Who
I
are
made one
you?
of
I'm
these last
nobody. Don't worry
Thursday.
about it. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, me
Why
and
did
Red
you
Rage
have
are
that
tight. I
knife?
destroy her items all the time. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So to recap, Red Rage
So,
looks like they are getting ready to leave Weatherlight
all right.
for something undetermined. Rail has an idea based off of the information that was shared from Urugaru, but again, without any additional scrying or attempts at communication, it's a little hard to tell for sure.
Well, I don't think we'd be able to get there before Red Rage leaves.
Correct.
If she's packing now, but we do have someone who is there in Weatherlight who could potentially maybe check on Red Rage if he were to receive a message on a stone that sends things.
I pull the sending stone and I firmly place it in Call's hand and look him directly in the eyes and say, "You talk to him."
Love it.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I would say if I had any sort of thing. I mean, they're stalled for a day. They're out and about looking for, harassing the farmers for gear and stuff like that. It's not going to be a full squad. We just set up a little bit of distraction. We got a few folks that are sneaky enough. I have the ability to Misty Step. Like, we get our ass in there.
The ability to Misty Step.
Get in there.
Invisible.
Get him. Get him out. Get the fuck out of here. Get down to Moag. Get to my mom. They make our ass, make our way to Weatherlight. I think it's got a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts, but we could take care of one at a time and potentially take them all out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to cause too much commotion. I mean, like there is a lot of folks here, so we could do the first part with a little finesse. Might be to our best interest.
Right.
I mean, I've been a good distraction in the past.
Yeah. I think those guards are already. I think we already know who could be a distraction in this situation.
I mean, you already pissed them off all plenty, and you just made them food that was delicious. So it doesn't take much apparently for you to piss them off.
They're real good at it.
I just prepped the fish. You were cooking.
I wanted to be a distraction again.
And you, of course. No, absolutely no. Our big guys have to be a distraction. You're not gonna be sneaking around.
I mean, I can Misty Step.
Yeah, but you're still like a giant motherfucker inside of a fucking. You can Misty Step somewhere, but you're not necessarily stealthy when you get to the place.
I don't think I ever said it properly, but you all did amazing back in the cave.
Doing our job.
We were back on our heels for, I don't know. I wouldn't say the first time in a long time. Plenty of time we've been back on our heels, but it just seemed like start using my wits again instead of rushing in there like an idiot. I think my mom kind of gets pissed off when hearing about our adventures, and I keep having to be picked up by one of y'all. I get a little too hasty with my take a little smoke. A little too hasty with my attacks there. But
she ought to be proud of what she did yesterday.
Well, yeah, we need to fucking get down to her. That's the main thing. But we can take care of this first, and I think it's going to be important. So let's get after the caravan. I would say a little bit of distraction. I get in there. Perhaps we have a couple other stealthy folks. I suppose I'd look toward Jackie. I'd look toward Rail. We get whoever's locked up in that caravan out of there. We make our way. Get down to Moag.
So you think you want to do like a stealth job on that?
Yeah, maybe maybe even Provolone will come into handy. They seem to be distracted. Seem to be distracted by our little dragon friend before. Might work out again.
Tasty. Yeah.
Did anyone else notice that all of the blades were speaking Draconic?
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't understand a word, honestly. Just seemed like they were messing around.
I mean, dude, like, Draconic's not an easy language. Chances are they're part of the cult. Like, there would be no reason for guards to know Draconic.
That was my thoughts as well.
We should just kill him now.
We don't have any proof, and we can't just go killing guards for no reason, even if they are assholes.
We've done it
That
before.
sounds like a reason.
We have done it before.
Wait,
It
what?
doesn't mean we ought to do it again.
What? Fucking Craig, you instigated it.
It's just a ghostly reflection of Razor looking in like an Obi-Wan robe, nodding. And
Out there like, fuck 'em.
where's the chunky guy nodding in approval? Where's that one?
You know, I wasn't here for
Ghost
the
of
killing
Razor
guards,
out here
but
being-
something tells me
Oh,
I
that
will
one.
approve of it.
The chonky guy? What makes that guy chonky?
He's
He's
got,
got
a
a
full
wide
face.
head. Yeah.
He's got a very full
Mhm.
face.
It's not Razor, but it's another wrestler. So.
There you go.
And then you got that one, yeah.
Both are good.
Yes, Samoa.
There you go.
Let's go.
There you go.
This is what I get when I search chonk. But yeah.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
Abner.
Oh, from the belly. He's gonna struggle so much. It's gonna be great.
If I knew how to edit videos, I'd be like Abner trying to fight Rail. Okay.
Out
So-
here being a force ghost.
So the game plan is so Project Thumper
That works.
via Operation Provolone. Sounds like a bit of a heist. We're gonna try and distract, deflect, dip, dive, duck, dodge,
Retrieve.
retrieve, and then try and make your way back to Moag, which you've never actually officially. No one in the party has officially entered through any traditional means.
Yeah, I kind of
It's
brought that
true.
up earlier. I was like, we haven't
We'll
actually
figure
done
it out.
That's a little bit of what I was trying to gain potentially by listening in to the conversation. I was like, how the fuck
Sure.
they get in? Maybe we get in through like another disguise play, but it doesn't sound like that's a thing. Because
I think Uru
Oh,
knows somebody. we could ask.
Urugaru knows how to get in.
yes.
Urugaru's been it.
Oh,
Well, how did
Urugaru's
Urugaru
teleported.
get there then?
He was teleported.
What?
He was
He
teleported.
did?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
So I do know how to get in, but we are way
Yeah.
too far away from that
I was gonna
option.
say, but you're far away from the because he met another Goliath who was like, "Let me help you," because he named dropped Eula,
Oh.
and she was like, "You know who Eula is? Okay, I got you," and teleported him to Babs. And Babs was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And he was like, "This person sent me. They said it's cool," and they were like, "I guess I'll host you now." And then you broke her shit.
The rest
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
We're
All
trying to
broke
work out how to make up for it. It's true, I did.
Well, wait, no, hold on. Wasn't that like a rail and call thing? Wasn't that like a tag team thing to kind of work together?
You know what?
Yeah.
It's fair. I don't know who wants to take the lion's share of that
Tag team.
particular, because I mean,
It fits,
Paul
it's
did
call.
chuck
It's
his arm
call.
at me.
I would say, yeah. I'll own that one.
I will also point out that I'm pretty sure that Urugaru knows somebody who knows the way in.
We talk about tag teams. Yeah.
He met them last
That's
night.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
no,
hold
no, I
up.
don't know
Hold
anybody.
up.
I actually
Wait a
do.
second.
Oh my god, that is such a good
We-
way in.
So hold up. Let's just turn on Speak with Animals. We could ask Abner.
You think Abner's been to Moag?
Yeah, we
didn't
found
we
him
meet
in Moag.
didn't we meet
Abner,
Abner in Moag?
No, you met Abner. Oh no, yeah, you did.
Remember when we
there
thought
been
he
there
was-
have been multiple.
Where did we go then?
I
We thought
forgot
he
that
was
there.
Nadar.
Yes, you thought he was Nadar. I forgot that was that was the same chunky cat.
I mean, is Nadar
I
still?
always-
God, that would still be the greatest plot
Surprise!
twist.
It was me the whole
Oh.
time.
I'm gonna make that a nightmare for Call. You just
Oh
wait.
my god.
Never trust Abner again.
But yeah, if Ray asks Abner how to get into Moag, he's gonna protest like a lot. But he knows how to go.
Do you know the way?
He knows the way. He knows the way
I
for a cat.
will-
He doesn't know how all you all are gonna follow him, but
Oh, I mean, I could.
I can get us into Moag.
Senate
I'm
confidence.
listening.
Well, what are we waiting for?
You know how I can get us into Moag, and you know why I'm waiting.
Stop
Wait.
your butt, is it?
You don't mean
Do it.
If there's anybody out here who knows how to get into Moag, it's her.
Ow.
Wait, hold on. I'm actually confused now because isn't the house where you found the flower in Moag?
Nah, it's right
how
next
did you
door.
go?
It's right
so
next door.
you're technically above Moag right now. Moag is a subterranean city that is located in the Underdark.
We have to go
You're
down.
technically in the city of Munyon. Or not the city, excuse me. You're technically in like the hamlet of Munyon. It is a tiny little farming province that likely funnels materials like food down into Moag.
Oh, okay.
But Moag is an underground city. You
In
guys
that
came
case,
out from a complex and intricate cave network with the assistance of the Myconids. You could try to go back the way you came. Don't know how great of an idea that would be, but if you want to do that, give me a heads up.
I'm just gonna tell Uru, you know we can't trust her.
Sure you can.
I mean, you're right. But as far as somebody who can get us into Moag, she's our only option I can think of.
There's no way. You know that she wants something in return. If she's gonna help us, we're gonna be indebted to her. You know that, right?
Who are you talking about?
Okay, so
Don't worry about it.
no,
I am
I'll
worried
tell-
about
we're
it.
we're not
I'll tell
going
the
to
story.
her for help.
Last night, I snuck out to apologize to the lady who I stole the flower from. I went to her, and it turns out her name is Astara of the Endless Web. She, like me, raised spiders. And we got to talking. She asked me why I sold the flower. And I explained to her that I have a friend who could scry, but will only do it in exchange for flowers. She asked me if I could do a scry for her, and in exchange, she'd give me more of the flowers. I said sure. It turns out, A, Rail seems to know the person we scried, and B, this person may or may not be the game master of the Moag games.
Call will just like look at him for a long second. Oh, well, that sentence ended differently than I thought it was going to. I thought you were going to start talking about how much you two had in common and how you really hit it off.
Oh, we did not hit it off. But if anybody here knows how to get us into Moag, it would be the person who literally funnels people into Moag.
Are you like saying that we, offer ourselves up to the gladiatorial pit shit? Because that's not what I want to do.
Not unless it's a last resort, but this is somebody who, at the very least, I had a positive interaction with. Perhaps she'd be willing to offer us a way in.
I mean, it's probably going to cost us a pretty penny.
Do you have any other options?
Not off the top of my head. Unless you want to take a really long trip to get teleported back.
Or dig through the Myconid caves again.
And I have no
There
idea
has
how we
to
got
be
through
another
there.
way.
Or
Right?
the person we potentially rescue from up top here would potentially know the way as well.
That is potential. I don't.
That
That's
seems
one. Yes.
I don't love my suggestion. I don't.
I like it.
No.
I also realize that time is of the essence, and we don't really have time to get lost in the caves. We definitely don't have time to go back and see. I have her name here. Hold on. We definitely don't have time to go back and see Gakea. This may be our best option.
I'm with Artmon.
Think about it this way. I mean, I know we don't know who this person is. I have a strong feeling about it, though. But if there is someone who can get us down there, and we can perhaps get them to safety, well, then it's screwing over the fucking barrel again. And that's all for the better anyways, because, fuck those guys. And we need to get down there. We can't keep spending time.
Is all within earshot of the.
Yeah, I mean,
left.
That's why
I
quietly, people.
I thought they were kind of gone. I thought they were gone, but if they aren't, then I'm mistaken.
Fear not. They are in fact not there. The tavern keeper still is, but she doesn't seem particularly keen on eavesdropping.
Oh yeah, what was her name?
Oh, surprise.
Bacha.
Hold on a second before we go any further. Hey Basha, do you know how to get into Moag?
Yeah.
I just hang my head like, God fucking.
Yeah.
Why do you want to go there though?
We need to. Very important. My mom's down there, and I need to get to her.
The second you mention that you need to help your sick mama, you see like this fire in Basha's eyes, and she's like, "We will get you down there."
I like how we had this whole conversation about like all these worst case scenarios, and it's like, "Hey Basha, do you know how to get us down there?" Yep.
Can you do it? Yep. Will you do it? Yep.
DoorDash down there all the time.
Folks. God damn. And now that I'm left with
just like looks at the rest of the group and just like shrugs with like a little half grin.
Well, Arkmon gets relieved for a moment, and then kind of swallows heavy. He's like, I never make good use of myself, do I? No, I can't leave. I can't leave the person behind. I know someone's captured right there. I'm not gonna do it. Here. We're not?
We're not suggesting this, but we have a path now.
We do.
Person, Moag, Weatherlight.
You're all with me?
Agreed.
Look around.
Yeah.
100%.
Call nods.
Thank you.
Yay! Abner claps his paws. He likes consensus. All right. Awesome.
Friendship.
Thank you so much for all of your patience during the session today. I'm pretty fucking exhausted at this point, if I'm being perfectly honest. I know my husband's kind of fading fast as I look at him from. Yeah, he looks pretty ready for a nap. He's got to be up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning too. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
right
babe.
there
No
with you.
problem. Happy new D&D year, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy new D&D year.
I really didn't want to like shoehorn the like you could literally ask anyone how to get them out.
I was just like, we
Y'all
were
got
in a
there
tavern.
eventually.
I was
I love
thinking
it.
like you were ready to set us up with like a whole perilous adventure, and it's like,
Right?
no, yeah,
Right? Don't get it twisted. I'm absolutely still willing to do that. It's just I also don't see any reason to force you to do that.
no,
So
no.
I thought it was funny to dangle like the anglerfish bulb of
Yeah.
the game master in front of you, hoping that you would take that, but
Me having to
when
confront my nightmare again.
when you asked the right questions, I couldn't. What kind of DM would I be if I was like, no, only
Moag, what's Moag?
Exactly. That doesn't make any sense.
You distracted me with the hostage. I'm completely thrown.
I had actually had that idea like 5 minutes ago. I was like, this is great. I love this. Let's come up with like complicated stuff and then simple.
Ooh, you know what we
Yeah.
could have done is convince the guards to go to Moag, swap ourselves out with the hostage, and then just ride in prison style. It'd be great.
Well, I was thinking Merkham take their their armor and
There's
roll
still
in
options.
ourselves. Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, we did that in session 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
And sometimes you want to play a classic.
It's a classic.
It's the reboot. Yeah. So perfect.
I really like the
work,
first
they
album.
broke.
I
They
will
broke
consider. I will consider our heist mission for you guys to rescue Thumper from the caravan. And see, does everyone want to reconvene next Monday, or do we want to skip a week?
I'm down for next Monday.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah. It'd be good.
I'll be a little later than today, but I'll be down.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I work.
Oh.
I work until 8, so 7 o'clock your time.
All right, we're gonna eat more hot wings.
Okay.
No.
Yep.
No.
Doing another round.
Uh,
You guys can
Oh
have fun.
boy.
But yeah, probably be here around 7:30 your guys' time.
Yeah, that's good. That's about what we were doing before, right?
Oh yeah. Still
This is
like
the change anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Super thrilled to be back at it.
Yeah.
You gotta head off and take some medicine because I'm already an hour late. So.
I don't know.
Alright.
For sure.
no.
Oh
Good
shit.
luck.
Oh dang.